At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Jeffrey Cyman, the son of Dan Cyman.
Rick, you ready?
I hope so.
This is a running joke, apparently. Somewhere along the way, my dad picked up the name, the Chicken Man. Not exactly sure where this has come from. How many people in the room have actually played with my dad throughout the years? If you have, please stand. Nobody? Nobody in the room has played with him. Thank you, guys. From our family to yours, thank you for making this dream come true. Being inducted into the Polka Hall of Fame was something that he lived for. Most of you knew Dad. Some of you guys thought you did. So I'd like to share a few stories with you that I've learned throughout the last weeks. Some good, some not so good, Al. I think you know what I'm referring to. Apparently, before pole dancing was famous, Dad was doing it in '71. He was at a New Year's Eve party and he was having such a good time that Uncle Frank had to pull him off of the pole. Given the size difference, that was no small feat. I guess he had one too many stole-lots with Aunt Mary. Dad held several jobs throughout the year, but he had only one career. His career was his polka music. He lived for it, he loved for it. Dad was given several nicknames. Obviously, the one that stuck with him was the Chicken Man. The Chicken Man was given to him by Steve Whitten, I'm led to understand. Steve and Dad had the pleasure of being musicians throughout the years. He played their wedding in '71, and their lifelong friendship lasted until the day he died. Steve would say, whenever you wanted to get a party started, just wait till Jan got there. Jan would show up at the hotel room with his horn, Steve with the concertina waiting in hand to get the party started all over again. With that being said, I'd like to share something that happened to me last night, or should I say this morning. It was about 1:30, and the gentleman I'm looking for, I believe is not here, is Jake in the room number 500.
Jake Meeker.
Where is Jake?
Just walked out.
Jake just walked out. Guys, I got in the elevator, it was 1:30 in the morning, and you know, Jake's hanging with a group of people, everybody's in their late 20s, and I said to Jake, I was like, you know, you guys look like you were having such a good time. It was very refreshing to see. Well, we love polka music. Who are you? And I introduced myself to him, and he says, hey, I knew your dad. Why don't you come up to the room and continue the party with us? So unfortunately, Jake will find out when everybody shows up at his room tonight. The party is continuing in Jake's room, number 500. Throughout the years, many antics with my dad and other musicians come to mind. You'd never know when you'd find him floating in a pool in Erie, Pennsylvania, as his pay floated by and his horn in hand. He would then rush up to the hotel room to try and dry out his horn and pray that it would play for the next job. He was always bringing home other musicians to crash, do laundry, or just continue the party. Mom would say one time Marion Lush was there during one of Dad's famous parties, and he almost lost his toupee while using the commode. Dad had a voice that traveled for miles. He was at Dick Pillar's Polka-bration when the power went out from the storm. Apparently they didn't stop. The party just kept going even without the power. So, as the years passed, throughout sickness, my dad never, ever gave up his dream of polka music. His dream was to keep polka music alive, and you guys are continuing that today, so thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Our family appreciates it. In the end, his last day he played a job, went home, sat on the chair with his grandkids, and enjoyed it. So, thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judy Cyman, the wife of late Dan Cyman. Judy Cyman, please. The year was 1965, Buffalo, New York. 15-year-old Dan Cyman played trumpet in school with Larry Jordan and Whitey Renitz. Dan joined them in forming the Dynatones. After 8 years with the band, he became a member of the New Brass and moved to Massachusetts. In 1976, and started his own band known as the Musical Heirs. He traveled across the country and promoted polka music. After the death of his father in 1987, Jan and his family moved to Florida, where he continued to play and produce polka music, including his own internet radio show. Over the years, his signature trumpet and vocals were heard alongside New Phaze, Sunshine State Express, Florida Monkey Band, and the P-Sharps, for whom he played his final gig. Jan was the first president of the Polka Boosters Club of Buffalo, New York, until his passing in 2012. His love of polka music would only be surpassed by his love of his 5 grandchildren. Jan is survived by his wife Judy, daughters Tracy and Chrissy, and son Jeffrey. It is proper for Jan Cyman to be recognized for his efforts by being posthumously inducted into the Polka Music Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Cyman.
I'd like to introduce all of my sisters. Tracy, Chrissy, please stand up.
Just a few words. I want to thank everyone for the kindness that you've given to my family this weekend, and for making Jan's dream come true. I would have loved to brought him with me today, but he's a little bit too big, and it costed a lot of money to put him on the plane, so therefore we're here, and we know he's here having one hell of a time. He did it. Thank you. Thank you to the people who made this.
Studzienka, głęboko kopana, a przy niej kaszynka, jakby malowana, stała przy studzience, wodę nabierała, o swoim Jasieńku myślała. Żebym cię, Jasieńku, w łodzie zobaczyła, to bym do studzienki za tobą skoczyła. Najpierw bym zwróciła ten biały wianeczek, som się go ubiła ze samych gruzeczek.